From the beautiful Catskills Mountains in upstate New York, this is Rally New York USA 2008. Rally organizer Ivan Orsek sets us up.
We are here for Rally New York USA 2008. It's a two-day event. We have close to 40 competitors. We have a wide field of Subarus and Mitsubishis, including Seamus Burke, United States Rally Champion, and Ken Block, who is currently leading in Rally America Championship.
Ken Block and Alex Gelsomino have competed on many surfaces, but this is their first time on full tarmac.
I've never done it full tarmac rally, so on wet tarmac it's kind of frightening. The grip is really good, and sometimes it's better than you think, and other times it's worse than you think.
Otis Demeters and Dominic Joswiak were also in a Subaru chasing Ken Block and Alex Gelsomino all weekend and battling their own variety of problems.
I think the trick is to just take it easy for the start of the rally, because every stage seems to have a different surface type. So we've been changing tires, changing sway bars, just trying to get the right setup.
Martin Donnelly and Stephen Duffy found a good setup early in their Mitsubishi Evo 8. Defending champion Seamus Burke overcame some early issues, but eventually was put out by a bad transmission.
We had some suspension issues and then we eventually stuck in 6th gear.
What up?
The gearbox just jammed.
Celsius Donnelly would have his own transmission problems, breaking his front differential just before special stage 8.
I don't know, it's just too much grip and sliding around too much, you know, and putting pressure on it, I suppose. Everything's made to break.
For Francisco Pereira's first rally in 12 years, him and co-driver Adam Volks were putting in good times in the wet. Matej Pribish and Damian Traynor made a bad tire choice Friday morning when a tire came off during a transit, but they repaired and were in the groove. In two-wheel drive, rally veterans Bruce Davis and Jimmy Brandt were giving a lesson in their Neon SRT4. In their VW Golf, Mark Lawrence and Robert Matsatsky were leading two-wheel drive by 2 seconds early on Friday. They fell to second later in the day. And Hampton Bridwell and Josh Kattinger were in third place in two-wheel drive in their Ford Focus. Gustavo Garrido and Jeremy Neidhart had a slight off on Saturday afternoon.
We got over the wall and people started wondering me where to go, and went around the guy's yard, into the street, back on, and then we just continue on from there. That's what rally's all about.
At the end of the first day, it seemed that Ken Block and Alex Gelsomino had no trouble getting the hang of the wet pavement. They had a 1:16 lead over Otis Demeters and Dominic Joswiak. Francisco Pereira was in third, 6 seconds ahead of Pribish and Traynor. Ken Block gives us his day one recap of the fun he had and what he learned.
It was definitely an interesting day, going from wet tarmac on some stages to very dry tarmac on other stages. But I had a lot of fun. Was able to push pretty hard consistently throughout the day and actually learn a lot about my notes and driving on tarmac. So had a really good time. Stages were very fun. Look forward to tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be dry.
Despite being in second place, Otis Demeters and Dominic Joswiak were having fun.
It's wet, but it's lots of fun. It's a good rally and we're having fun. So
yeah, we made it day one. So
yeah, one more day to go.
Day two saw drier conditions as Ken Block was first on the road, although leftover sand from winter road treatment made the grip unpredictable for some drivers. Even with that leftover sand treatment, the drivers loved the day's stages.
We just did a 7-mile stage. It was literally one of the funnest stages I've ever done. We're doing about 110 or 115 over a turn that basically turns into a crest, into a straightaway. That, wow, haven't had that much fun in the car in a little while.
It wasn't as much fun for Otis Demeters and Dominic Joswiak as they had turbo problems plaguing them for most of the weekend.
we're still losing boost. The hose keeps slipping off the turbo. Let's try to keep our second place because there's no way we can catch up 3 minutes.
Martin Donnelly and Stephen Duffy were putting in a strong performance in third. Matej Pribish put his tire problems behind him and pushed hard in his Subaru.
Maybe try to push a little bit harder. I really don't want to crash and end up like last year.
The O'Leary brothers put a close call with the tree behind them and continued on.
Just lost it. There was some loose dirt on the road. We spun around and hit the tree. In good shape. Just looks worse than it is.
Changes over in two-wheel drive as Dan Bronson and Sean McCann had no problems through the weekend and wound up in third place. Hampton Bridwell and Josh Kettinger put in a smooth run to move into second. And rally veterans Bruce Davis and Jimmy Brandt held on to their lead in the two-wheel drive class for first. At the end of the event, Ken Block and Alex Gelsomino held on for the win in their Subaru, followed in second place by Otis Demeters and Dominic Joswiak, then Martin Donnelly and Stephen Duffy, Francisco Pereira and Adam Vokes, and Matej Pribish and Damian Traynor. At the finish, the champagne was flowing.
It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. The driving line and the type of style, it's so much more precise than on gravel. I would love to do more, and I plan on doing more, and this was a very good way to start.
Champagne for the two-wheel drive winners Bruce Davis and Jimmy Brandt as they talked about their teamwork.
Here, where there were so many blank krauts. What did they call them?
They were absolute krauts.
Absolute krauts.
Which means, I assume you are flat on the floor.
Yeah, and you keep it there. And like I say, you got to be absolutely right and have a lot of confidence in your co-driver and in the notes.
And it's the good teamwork that took the win. Congratulations to everyone who made this another fantastic event. For our entire webcast team, I'm Russ Rosendale. See you the next time in Rally, New York.